Hello, Keto family. Welcome back. On today's menu, we have keto pull-apart rolls. They are so good. If this is your first time, it's great having you. Please consider subscribing as I'm posting new content all the time. All right, guys. So we got these dinner rolls here. I made these for my family, and they ate them all in very short order. We're like, where's more? So just a heads up, you might want to make more than one batch at a time because they go quick. They're so good. They're really easy to pull apart, very crunchy and crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. All right, guys, make sure you preheat your oven to 350 before you get started. Grab your sifter because you always want to make sure you sift your flours and fine powders. And here I went ahead and I sifted up 1 1/3 cup of almond flour, as well as 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I go ahead and sift those together. It's just faster than sifting them individually. Always sift your flours and powders, guys. So now that those are sifted together, I'm going to leave that set, and we'll go ahead and we'll get the cheese ready. Now, I'm not a fan of fathead dough, so before you click off of this, just bear with me because this actually is really a delicious recipe. So we got 1.5 cups of the mozzarella cheese, and we got 2 ounces of cream cheese. I'll pop this in the microwave for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this was in for a minute. It's not quite melted all the way through, so I'm just going to give it a quick stir and pop it back in for another 30 seconds. I'm just going to keep doing that till it's completely melted, but usually another 30 seconds will do it for me. Alright, that did it. It's all melted, so I'm just going to give it a quick stir. Excellent. So to this, we're going to add our sifted almond flour and baking powder. After that, we're going to go ahead and I got 2 eggs. I went ahead and beat them ahead of time. Alright, now we just mix all this together till we get a dough. You gotta move quick with this. If not, the cheese will start to cool off and it'll harden up. If that happens, you can always pop it back in the microwave for, 15-20 seconds or so. So just enough to soften it up so you can continue working it. And it is a little bit of a workout. I'm not gonna lie. Now that that's all mixed together, it's formed a nice little dough. I'm going to turn it out on my mat here, and we're going to continue on to the next step. Alright, so I got this pretty much in a nice little ball shape here. What we do from here is we're going to cut it into quarters, because that's going to kind of help us to be able to divide the dough evenly. You can use like a butter knife if you want. I just use my spatula, it's soft yet. So each one of these quarters, we're going to further divide up into 6 pieces. It seems like a lot of work, but guys, I promise you it will pay off in the end. Alright, a little tip here, guys. You will need some oil to grease up your fingers because this dough will stick to you like it's nobody's business. So I just put a little bit of olive oil into a little bowl here. Okay, so I got the quarter. I'm dividing it in half, best I can to make it even. And then this, I'm going to divide into thirds. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, in this cup I have some grated Parmesan cheese. Well, technically it was shredded Parmesan cheese since I didn't have any grated on hand. So all I did is I measured out 1/2 cup of the shredded Parmesan cheese, and I put it in my NutriBullet. I just pulsed it for a couple seconds and made fine grated Parmesan cheese. So a little tip so you don't have to buy anything extra. If you don't keep it on hand, then just use what you got. Alright, make sure we got oil on our fingertips. We're going to roll this into a little ball. And then I'm going to roll this ball in that grated Parmesan cheese. Excellent. We're going to continue on with that until it's all done. Each quarter is divided in half, and then each one of those halves divided in 3. Then roll them into balls, roll them in your Parmesan, and set them down. I see you back when I'm all done these. Alright guys, so those balls are all taken care of. I did find that 1/4 cup of the grated Parmesan wasn't quite enough. I had to put some more in the NutriBullet and grind it down from the shredded to be grated. So I'd probably start off with 1/3 of the grated Parmesan. If that's what you have, that'd probably be like, 3/4 cup of the shredded, and then pulse it down if that's what you're doing. So let me clean up really briefly here, and then I'll be right back for the next step. Alright, so I have just a regular muffin tin here. I've already sprayed it with some avocado oil cooking spray to grease it. You use whatever you want. And so what you do here is you're going to take 3 balls, snug them together, don't press them, just hold them and set them in the cup. And you make it a little bit pretty. So got 3 balls, we're going to set them in the cup. The last time I made this, I tried to put them in, one at a time and make them fit, and I found sometimes they wouldn't quite fit right. So it works best if you just hold 3 together and then drop them in, instead of trying to put them in one at a time. Just don't press them too tight together because you want them to have a little bit of separation so they'll pull apart later. Just like that. I know this takes a little bit of time when you're, separating the dough and rolling and stuff, but it really is simple to do, and it turns out so delicious. You have got to try this. Now, you can even mix this up. If you wanted to add some of your own seasonings, you could probably, garlic salt, some Italian seasoning, stuff like that to it. Oh, that would probably be delicious. But these are really delicious just like they are. That's it, guys. So what we're going to do is we'll pop these in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. I'll watch it the last couple minutes just to make sure they don't burn. I didn't have any issues with it, but your oven might be a little bit different than mine, so just be careful. See you back in 20. All right, lovelies. These just came out of the oven and they are perfect. So right at 20 minutes is excellent for these. Now, I will say, when you're making these, up until this, everything's perfect, right? These are best served fresh, warm. I have not attempted to freeze these. If you do, please let me know in the comments below what your results were. And I did have one of these, I made them for dinner one evening, so served them hot at dinner, and then a couple hours later, just as a snack, later when I was snacking, I warmed one up in the toaster oven, and it wasn't as good the second time. Just to be honest with you, it wasn't good the second time. So I think, in my opinion, these are best served fresh and warm. Let me know if you guys, what y'all do, how you think they are. I'm always, valuing your input and your opinions, okay? But this is it. Once this cools down a little bit, I'll pop them out and get you a photo of them. Alright guys, so these have cooled off enough, and I went ahead and I pulled them out of the muffin pan, and they are beautiful. See that color? It's perfect on the outside, just crispy enough, and on the inside, they're nice and soft. Look at that. They're gorgeous. Let me show you how easily they pull apart. Just a little warm. Can you see the steam coming off that? Look at that. It's that easy. They are amazing. So, hope you enjoyed this. Please try this. They're too good not to try. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all think of it, okay? And as always, please remember that the recipe that I used today will be down in the description. And then at the very end of the video, I'll put the nutritional information for everything that I used today. Guys, it's been great having you. See you next time. Bye.